Ah, hello there, friend. Welcome to the fire. You know, a character's race or class doesn't make them necessarily interesting. It's all in how you play them that makes them interesting. Humans are so boring, so I'm going to make it known. r/RPG horror stories, posted by Dr. Robert Banner. A tale from a very short campaign I did a few months ago. I honestly haven't had much experience with D&D, so I don't want to overwhelm myself with character choice, especially since one time I did do that and it contributed to the downfall of another D&D group. Another story for another time. So, I settled for something super basic. A human rogue named Bruce. Now, Bruce had a kinda edgy backstory, but not your generic one. He suffered a lot of abuse by the hand of his father, and through this developed mental issues that lead to him becoming an incredibly slick thief and fighter. If you know, you know. I was pretty happy with him. My DM was not. Now, the rest of our group were very different. Two dragons, a cat person, I don't really know the name, and a magma person. I can't really remember classes, but they were all pretty exotic. And my little human stuck out like a sore thumb. He was small, stick-like, and could easily fit into a crowd of nobodies. Which was the point. My DM immediately brought light to this, telling me he wouldn't fit into this group at all, and trying to force me to change it. Luckily, the group were more considerate. My partner, one of the dragons, backing me up on the mental side of things. We were able to settle down the DM for a while and got into the action. I was able to try to get my character being friendly with some of the others. He has an interesting charm, and the group found my awful attempt at a deep mobster voice hilarious. I'm a girl with a light voice. It hurt, but something always seemed off. When we got into our first fight, I finally realized what was wrong. All the human city guards attacked my character, claiming they know who he is. I kept bringing up how this wouldn't be possible. Newtown, he hasn't tried to rob, and the DM claimed it's because other towns warned them. No other towns knew Bruce existed. Hell, he only stole from his hometown, which was miles away. Bruce was slain, barely able to fight back. I was devastated. I burst into tears and left the group, not wanting to speak to the DM. My partner quickly followed and the game was halted. After a long chat between the DM and the other players, the game was resumed and I was allowed to reuse Bruce. But he wasn't brought back. The DM told me that the battle already happened and the loot was already noted down, so it'd be unfair. Q. Plan TPK. Plan TPK was discussed with the group beforehand. I was going to wipe the party through a very dumb yet funny way, and we stopped the campaign. The others agreed, and Plan TPK was a go. The party stopped by a stall of exotic fruits, one with a very familiar owner. The owner talked about his old life and old friends, and made remarks as to how they all looked so similar. Cue ambush. The group was ambushed by a group of powerful orcs and slain quickly, all while Bruce monologued about how people shouldn't underestimate others. And that's that. We stopped the game and I never spoke to that DM again. A kinda blunt ending, I know, but the game had barely started, so a TPK would have just wiped off the DM's sourness. Okay. If a DM homebrews a world and makes a list of races and classes that's available to the players, as a player, I would adhere to the offered choices. In this case, OP wanted to play a human, which was one of the offered choices in the DM's world. So, I don't really see the problem there. Especially, as a rogue, a good thief knows how to blend in seamlessly into the crowd to do their roguish things. And seriously, your character's race and class isn't what really makes them unique. That's all very surface level. I think it's all in how you actually play your characters that makes them interesting. Like myself, for instance. I'm a really big fan of playing humans from somewhat mundane backgrounds because I really like the idea of characters becoming more they are through the course of their adventures. And, of course, that's just my preference. And hey, if a player wants to play an undead Aarakocra buzzard necromancer psychic, well, if the DM allows it, that's their choice. But anyway, in this situation, I feel that the DM was being needlessly unfair by targeting OP, especially since the rest of the party seems perfectly fine with OP's character. So, what do you all think? Sound off in the comments below. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. And would you kindly follow the socials posted in the description below. As always, be good, be great, be awesome.